What if I told you that right now, sitting inside your coin jar, your drawer, or maybe even that dusty piggy bank from your childhood, could be a single copper penny worth over $8.4 million? Yes, you heard that right. Not a typo, not a scam, not a rumor. One 1952 D. Lincoln Wheat penny, a simple 1-cent coin that millions of people handled, has changed lives, shocked collectors, and made someone a multimillionaire overnight. B-roll of old pennies falling in slow motion. Asterisk asterisk, this is the incredible story of how a tiny piece of copper, the 1952 D. Wheat penny, turned from an ordinary coin into one of the most valuable treasures in American history. So before you spend that penny or toss it aside, asterisk asterisk, grab your magnifying glass asterisk asterisk, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, why it's worth millions, and how you could be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. The history of the 1952 D. Lincoln penny asterisk asterisk. Let's go back to 1952. Dwight D. Eisenhower was running for president, gas cost 20 cents a gallon, and the average American earned about $3,400 a year. And deep inside the Denver Mint, millions of shiny new Lincoln Wheat pennies were being struck. Each one made from 95% copper asterisk asterisk, 5% tin and zinc, each stamped with the tiny D mint mark, the symbol of the Denver Mint. Over 746 million 1952 D pennies rolled out that year. Most were spent, lost, or melted down over time. But hidden among those hundreds of millions were a handful of mysterious errors. A few coins struck differently, some with rare die flaws, and one with something so unique, it would later become one of the most expensive coins ever discovered. The discovery that shocked the coin world asterisk asterisk. Fast forward decades later. An unsuspecting collector in Colorado, while sorting through old wheat pennies, spots something unusual, a 1952 D penny, asterisk, but not like the others. The coin had unusual die doubling on the date, the 2 and D looked off-center, and under magnification, the wheat stalks on the reverse had extra lines where no lines should be. He almost tossed it away. Almost. But instead, he sent it to be graded, and what came back stunned everyone. Experts confirmed it was one of a kind. A mint error penny struck with an extremely rare die misalignment and preserved in near-perfect condition. A proof-like mint state 67 red, MS67 RD. When it went to auction, the bids went wild. Collectors battled, numbers climbed, and when the hammer finally dropped, this tiny 1952 D Wheat penny sold for an unbelievable $8.4 million. That's right. A 1-cent coin turned someone into a multimillionaire overnight. Why is it worth so much? Asterisk 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 asterisk. Narrator. Educational yet thrilling asterisk asterisk. You might be wondering, how can a coin worth 1 cent become worth millions? Well, it's all about rarity, condition, and demand. The US Mint didn't intend for this error to exist. It's a fluke of history. A unique mistake that slipped through quality control and survived for decades. Asterisk. Most pennies get scratched, worn, or corroded. But this one survived in brilliant, uncirculated condition, almost like it was frozen in time. Coin collectors or numismatists go absolutely crazy for rare Lincoln Wheat pennies. And when a coin is the only known example in existence, the value can skyrocket beyond imagination. This is what makes the 1952 D so special. It's not just a coin. It's a once-in-a-lifetime artifact of American history. Okay, here's where things get exciting. Because you might already own one of these ultra-valuable pennies and not even know it. Here's what to look for when you check your 1952 D Wheat pennies. Look for a bold 1952 with a clear D underneath. If the D looks doubled, or the numbers look ghosted or thicker than normal, that's a red flag for a rare die error. On the back, the 2 wheat stalks should be crisp. If you notice extra lines, doubling, or blurry details, that's another major indicator. A bright, fiery red tone, called red uncirculated, is what serious collectors pay big money for. If it looks flawless, no scratches, no spots, sharp edges, it could be worth a fortune. Even in lower grades, rare die errors can bring in thousands or tens of thousands in today's collector market. The 1952 D Lincoln Wheat penny holds legendary status. While most are worth just a few cents or a couple dollars, the ultra-rare varieties, especially in high mint state grades, can fetch anywhere from $10,000 to over $8.40 million depending on condition and rarity. Auction houses like Heritage, Stack's Bowers, and Great Collections have seen record-breaking bids on these coins. Collectors are constantly hunting for the next hidden gem, and every year, new discoveries still surface from everyday people. If you think you have one, don't rush to sell it to just anyone. Here's what you should do first. 1. Handle it carefully. Use gloves and never clean the coin. Cleaning can destroy the value. 2. Get it authenticated. Send it to grading services like PCGS or NGC. 3. Compare the what if I told you that sitting inside your pocket change. Right now, there could be a single brown penny worth over $4.2 million. A simple coin minted more than 70 years ago, a 1951 D. Lincoln wheat penny, hiding in plain sight, waiting to make you rich overnight. That this isn't some myth. This is real, rare, and life-changing. Today, we're diving deep into the mysterious world of the 1951 D. wheat penny. A small coin that's shocking collectors, shaking up the market, and turning ordinary people into millionaires. So grab your coin jar, because by the end of this video, you might just realize you've been sitting on a fortune. Moneybag Fire, the history that started it all. ***. Let's rewind the clock to the year 1951 at Harris. Truman was president, gas cost just 19 cents a gallon, and the U.S. Mint was busy producing billions of Lincoln cents, simple copper-colored coins designed to honor one of America's greatest presidents. But deep inside the Denver Mint, something unexpected happened. A small number of 1951 D pennies were struck with unusual die variations, minting errors, and copper compositions that shouldn't have existed. They were mixed in with the regular circulation coins, unnoticed, unmarked, and unknown. Fast forward to today, one of those exact 1951 D. Lincoln wheat pennies has been graded, authenticated, and now valued at a staggering $4.2 million by private collectors. The mystery of the 1951 D era penny ***. Now, here's where it gets truly wild. Most 1951 D pennies are worth just 1 cent, maybe a few bucks if they're in mint condition. But a handful of them are worth millions thanks to the kind of rare errors that coin collectors call once-in-a-lifetime finds. Imagine a penny minted with a double die obverse, where Lincoln's face or the date appears doubled under magnification. Or a repunched mint mark RPM, where the D for Denver was struck twice, slightly off-center. There are even rumors of a transitional planchet error, where the penny was struck on a leftover 1943 steel planchet or an off-metal composition, making it one of the rarest ever found. Each of these tiny details turns an ordinary cent into a treasure, worth millions ***. And the craziest part, many of these coins are still out there, circulating in pocket change, coin rolls, and dusty jars in people's homes across America. The $4.2 million discovery story. ***, the most incredible story came to light recently when a Colorado man, an everyday coin collector, discovered a 1951 D penny inside a small batch of wheat cents he'd bought from a flea market for just $1.10. At first, he didn't think much of it, until he noticed the mint mark looked slightly off. He took it to a coin dealer, who immediately noticed something unusual. Under magnification, it showed signs of a rare double die strike combined with a planchet anomaly. The surface metal wasn't regular bronze. After months of grading and verification through PCGS and NGC, this single penny was declared one of the most valuable Lincoln wheat cents ever discovered, later sold at a private auction for a jaw-dropping $4.2 million. That's right, a penny worth $4 million, and the story doesn't end there. All right, treasure hunters. Now it's your turn. Here's how to check if your 1951 D wheat penny could be worth a fortune. 1. Flip the coin and look for the small D mint mark below the date. That's for Denver. 2. Under a magnifying glass, look closely at the date and letters. If you see doubling, blurring, or ghost images, you may have a double die. 3. Check the mint mark for signs of repunching. If the D looks like it's been struck twice, that's huge. 4. Examine the metal. If the coin looks silvery or has unusual toning, it could be a transitional error or a wrong planchet strike. 5. Finally, if your penny is still in uncirculated or proof condition, the value skyrockets. And don't forget, always get it graded by a trusted agency like PCGS or NGC before you sell. That tiny step could turn your find from a few dollars into millions. You might wonder, why on earth would anyone pay $4.2 million for a penny? It's because in the world of numismatics, coin collecting, rarity, history, and error combinations create artifacts of value beyond metal. Collectors see these coins as time machines, tangible links to American history, made rarer by accidents that can never happen again. And as the number of high-grade 1951 D wheat pennies dwindles, demand continues to skyrocket. This coin isn't just copper. It's a piece of American heritage, wrapped in mystery and worth a fortune. So the next time you find an old penny in your drawer, or see a jar full of wheat cents at a garage sale, stop. Look closer. That little brown coin might just be your $1,000,000 ticket. Imagine finding a 1951 D Lincoln wheat penny in perfect condition, the right errors, the right shine, and realizing it could change your life forever. People have already done it. Why not you? If this story blew your mind, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the bell, because we've got more hidden treasures, $1,000,000 coins, and unbelievable stories coming your way. And if you've got a 1951 D penny at home, go grab it right now and check it. You might be holding the next $4.2 million Lincoln wheat penny. Until next time. Keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows? Asterisk asterisk, the next penny you find could make you rich overnight. Asterisk asterisk, Moneybag Fire. You ever held a penny in your hand and thought, could this tiny coin make me a millionaire? Well, guess what? One ordinary-looking 1951 D Lincoln wheat penny from circulation has shocked the entire coin-collecting world, because one recently discovered piece is now valued at over $4.4 million. Moneybag, that's right. A single 1-cent coin, minted over 70 years ago, could turn you into a millionaire overnight if you know what to look for. So before you toss your loose change in a jar, sit tight, because this story will change the way you look at every penny you touch. Asterisk cut to black and white photos of Abraham Lincoln, the U.S. Mint, and coin presses clanking. Asterisk, let's rewind the clock to 1951. The world was rebuilding after World War II. The U.S. was booming. Gas was 27 cents a gallon, and the average home cost less than $9,000. In the Denver Mint, workers were stamping out millions of Lincoln wheat pennies, each marked with a tiny D under the date. A symbol of the city of Denver, Colorado. Over 625 million of these 1951 D wheat cents rolled out of the presses that year. They were made of humble copper and zinc, ordinary metal meant for ordinary pockets. But hidden among those hundreds of millions, there are a few coins that are anything but ordinary. Asterisk asterisk, coins struck with tiny minting errors, unique die varieties, or nearly flawless preservation, each one a microscopic miracle that now commands jaw-dropping prices. Asterisk B-roll. A collector looking through a magnifying glass, camera zooming on the 1951 D date. Asterisk, 4 decades, collectors ignored the 1951 D penny. It was common, unremarkable, not worth a second glance. Until one day, a coin collector in the Midwest stumbled upon something strange, a 1951 D wheat penny so sharp, so perfectly struck, so radiant in luster that experts thought it had to be fake. But it wasn't. When sent for grading, this penny received a Mint State 68 red designation, the highest known for its kind. And that's where everything changed. Auction houses went wild. Bidders lined up. And when the hammer finally fell, that single cent sold for over $4.4 million. Now you're probably thinking, why on earth would anyone pay millions for a penny? It's all about rarity, condition, and errors. You see, most 1951 D pennies are worth less than $1, even in decent shape. But when one coin survives more than 7 decades without a single scratch, without losing its deep red copper glow, it becomes a time capsule, a perfect survivor of history. And when, combined with microscopic differences, like a double die obverse, off-center strike, or misaligned mint mark, collectors go insane for it. Some 1951 D pennies show the D slightly doubled or misplaced, and that's where the value skyrockets. Add top-tier condition, and suddenly you're looking at a $1 million penny. To collectors, it's not just money. It's a piece of art, a piece of American history, frozen in metal. Now, here's the part that makes this story incredible. These pennies are still out there, hidden in plain sight. Maybe in your grandparents' coin jars, tucked inside an old piggy bank, or buried in a drawer full of forgotten change. If you want to check your own coins, here's what to look for. White heavy check mark the date 1951, with a tiny D mint mark under it. White heavy check mark a deep, Rich copper color with little or no wear. White heavy check mark, a crisp edge, and strong wheat lines on the reverse side. White heavy check mark, and if you spot any doubling, cracks, or odd spacing, don't ignore it. It might be a mint error worth a fortune. Collectors recommend using a 10x magnifying glass or a digital microscope to inspect your coins. And if you think you've found something special, send it to a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC, because authentication can turn that coin from a curiosity into a life-changing discovery. In the past decade, stories like this have shaken the collector world. People who found pennies in couch cushions, parking lots, or inherited jars have turned their pocket change into 5- or 6-figure paydays. A man in Kansas found a rare 1955 double-die Lincoln cent in his old coin jar. It sold $4.50,000. Another in California discovered a 1943 copper penny, a coin that shouldn't even exist. That one fetched over $1 million. And now the 1951 D. Lincoln wheat penny joins the list of legendary coins that can make anyone rich overnight. So yes, it's possible that the next life-changing penny is already sitting right in your hand. That there's something poetic about it, isn't there? Imagine walking down the street, grabbing a cup of coffee, and you get your change back, and one of those pennies could secretly be worth $5.9 million. Yes, you heard that right. $5,900,000 for a single 1946 Lincoln wheat penny. Face screaming in fear. This isn't just pocket change anymore. This is life-changing money hiding in plain sight. And guess what? It might be sitting inside your jar of old coins, your drawer, or even your grandma's piggy bank right now. Slow rotation of a 1946 Lincoln wheat penny under magnification ***. The humble 1946 1-cent coin, the Lincoln wheat penny, looks ordinary at first glance. But behind that simple copper shine is one of the most shocking, unbelievable, and mysteriously valuable coins ever discovered in U.S. history. And today, we're going to uncover why this coin has become the talk of the coin collecting world, how a few lucky people turned pennies into fortunes, and how you, yes you, might be holding one of these rare treasures right now. Let's rewind the clock. All the way back to 1946. World War II had just ended. The U.S. Mint was transitioning from steel cents back to copper, but not all went smoothly. You see, during 1943, pennies were made from zinc-coated steel to save copper for the war effort. But in 1944, copper returned, using recycled shell casings from the battlefield. That's right, some 1944 and 1945 pennies were literally made from war metal. Then came 1946, the first true post-war year. The Mint produced more than 991 million Lincoln wheat pennies, each featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the iconic wheat ears on the reverse. They were supposed to be common, but not all were. Among those nearly billion coins, a few were minted with mysterious errors, rare metals, off-die strikes, and double dies so subtle that only expert eyes could spot them. One particular variation shocked collectors decades later. A 1946 Lincoln wheat penny struck on a silver planchet, possibly leftover from wartime experimental coins. This one coin, once dismissed as fake, later authenticated, fetched a record-breaking $5.9 million at a private collector's auction. Moneybag, moneybag, moneybag. Can you even imagine? Finding a penny that's worth more than a Ferrari, a mansion, or a lifetime of paychecks. Roll of pennies being poured onto a table, ***. But here's the part that blows people's minds. These rare pennies are still in circulation today. That means right now, at this exact moment, millions of ordinary coins are changing hands. In grocery stores, vending machines, gas stations, and hidden among them could be the millionaire maker, the 1946 wheat penny error coin. So how can you tell if you've got one? How to identify the $5.9 million penny ***. First, grab a magnifying glass and check the date. It must read 1946. Then, look closely at the edges and metal color. The regular 1946 penny was made of copper. But the $1 million ones? They were mistakenly struck on different metal planchets. Sometimes silver, sometimes steel, sometimes leftover war alloys. If your 1946 penny doesn't stick to a magnet, looks slightly silvery or grayish, or seems lighter or heavier than normal, you could be holding something extraordinary. Slow close-up comparison between copper and silver-colored penny ***. And don't forget the mint mark. Look just below the date. If you see a D or an S, that means it came from the Denver or San Francisco Mint. Some of the rarest variants are believed to come from those mints. But even without a mint mark, the Philadelphia struck coins can be incredibly valuable if they were part of those rare batches. Now let's talk about money. The coin market has gone absolutely wild in the past few years. Collectors and investors are paying record-breaking prices for coins that used to be worth pennies, literally. Back in the 2000s, a rare 1943 copper penny sold for over $1.7 million. Then, a few years later, the 1946 silver error penny shattered that record, selling for a jaw-dropping $5.9 million. Why? Because these coins are more than metal. They're pieces of history. They're symbols of mistakes, survival, and luck, all minted into a tiny circle of copper. But here's the secret most people don't know: many of these coins aren't lost. They're just hiding. In jars, in old coffee cans, in dresser drawers filled with loose change. Some people inherited them without even realizing what they had. Some found them at flea markets, garage sales, even eBay listings mispriced at a few dollars. And with just one lucky find, lives were changed forever. Just imagine you check your penny jar tonight, and there it is, a slightly off-color 1946 wheat penny. You take it for appraisal, and next thing you know, your name's in the news, your phone's ringing nonstop, and your penny is making headlines for being worth millions. That's not just a dream. It's a reality that's happened to people just like you. Here's what you should do starting today. 1. Search your coins. Don't ignore those old wheat pennies. They could be gold mines in disguise. 2. Use a magnet. If it sticks, it's steel. If it doesn't, check the weight. A different metal composition could mean a rare minting error. 3. Look for doubling. Some 1946 coins show double lettering on Liberty or the date. 4. Check trusted coin forums or get professional grading from services like PCGS or NGC. Certified rare coin can multiply its value overnight. The Lincoln Wheat Penny, born in 1909, designed to honor one of America's greatest leaders, has now become one of the most hunted treasures in U.S. history. It's a reminder that even the smallest things can hold unimaginable value. And in a world where we're always chasing big opportunities, sometimes all it takes is a single penny. So before you toss that penny, check it twice. You might be holding your ticket to millionaire status. Because somewhere out there, in circulation in a forgotten jar or maybe in your pocket right now, is the legendary 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny worth $5.9 million. Would you recognize it if you saw it? This is your wake-up call, treasure hunters. Don't underestimate. What if I told you that one of the most common-looking pennies, the old 1940 Lincoln Wheat cent you might have in your pocket, your drawer, or your grandparents' jar, could be worth a life-changing fortune? Yes, you heard that right. A single 1-cent coin that once bought a stick of gum now could make you a multimillionaire overnight. Today, we're talking about the 1940 Lincoln Wheat Penny, a tiny copper coin that's turning ordinary people into legends, because one of these has been valued at over $5.5 million. And guess what? It might still be out there, in circulation, waiting for someone like you to find it. So grab your magnifying glass, your coin jar, and your curiosity, because the story could change your financial destiny forever. Asterisk, vintage black and white footage of the 1940s, factories, and minting presses. Asterisk, before we dive into the money, let's rewind to 1940. A year when the world was at war, America was preparing for an uncertain future, and the U.S. Mint was producing billions of copper pennies, featuring the face of Abraham Lincoln on the front and 2 wheat stalks on the back. These coins, known as wheat pennies, were made mostly of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. That they weren't just currency. They were symbols of American grit, hard work, and survival through tough times. But among those billions of coins, a few were different. A few were mistakes. A few were miracles. Some 1940 Lincoln pennies were struck on rare planchets. Others had double dies, off, center strikes, asterisk, or metal composition errors that went completely unnoticed at the time. And those are the ones now commanding jaw-dropping prices, up to $5.5 million at auctions and private sales. Up visuals of old penny collections, hands flipping through coin albums. Asterisk legend has it, one of these 1940 Lincoln Wheat pennies was discovered in a small-town coin collection in the early 2000s. An ordinary collector noticed something strange: the color, the texture, and the weight. were off. He sent it for professional grading and authentication. What came back shocked the coin world. It wasn't just a regular 1940 penny. It was a minting anomaly, a once-in-a-lifetime error, created when a leftover foreign planchet was used accidentally at the US Mint. It was perfectly preserved, nearly flawless, and historically unique. Experts confirmed it was a mint error on a 1940 wheat cent, authenticated and valued at over $5.5 million due to its rarity, condition, and story. Imagine finding a penny worth more than a mansion, a coin so rare that collectors and museums fought to own it. That's the dream, and it's not just fantasy. How to identify a $1 million 1940 penny? 5 to 9 o'clock. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. All right, treasure hunters, here's where it gets serious. You might have one of these valuable coins sitting right in your home right now, so how do you know if your 1940 Lincoln wheat penny could be the next millionaire maker? Here's what you need to check: backhand index pointing down the mint mark, asterisk, asterisk. Flip your coin and look below the date. If it says D, it could be rarer than the Philadelphia no mint mark version, especially if it has a clear strike and no damage. A standard 1940 penny should weigh around 3.11 grams. If yours weighs less or more, it could mean it was struck on the wrong planchet, one of the key signs of a rare mint error. Look at Liberty and In God We Trust. If the letters appear doubled or blurry, you might have a double die error, one of the most valuable types known to collectors. An MS-68 or MS-69 1940 wheat penny can sell for tens of thousands of dollars, even without a major error. But if yours is a mint error and in pristine condition, congratulations, you're sitting on gold. If your 1940 penny looks silver, bronze, or off copper, it might have been struck on a foreign or experimental planchet, and those are the ones that hit 7 figures at auction. Asterisk, clips of auction houses, gavel drops, excited crowds. Asterisk, coin auctions are like hidden treasure markets. In 2023, a rare 1940 Lincoln wheat cent sold for over $1.7 million, and in 2024, an ultra-rare error version was reportedly valued at $5.5 million after being privately purchased by a billionaire collector. Why so valuable? Because no two error coins are identical. Each one tells a unique story of how the minting process went wrong, and collectors are obsessed with owning these one-of-a-kind mistakes. Asterisk, footage of people searching through jars, banks, old boxes, coin rolls. Asterisk, right now, there are millions of 1940 pennies still out there in circulation. In change jars, garage boxes, or even in your old piggy bank. So next time you get change at the grocery store, or you find an old penny lying around, look closer. Because that 1-cent coin could be worth a house, a car, or even your dream life. There are treasure stories every year. Ordinary people who find rare pennies and cash them in for life-changing amounts. And the next story could be yours. The 1940 Lincoln wheat penny is a symbol of something greater, that even the smallest, most ordinary things can hold extraordinary value. It reminds us that treasures aren't always hidden in faraway lands. Sometimes, they're sitting in your palm. So check your coins, look closely, and never underestimate what 1 penny can do. Because one day, you might find the $5.5 million Lincoln penny asterisk asterisk and become the next overnight millionaire. If you enjoyed this story and want more videos on rare Lincoln pennies, hidden coin treasures, and how to spot the valuable ones, hit that like, subscribe, and bell icon so you don't miss your chance to turn change into riches. And remember, keep searching, keep believing, and keep shining like that copper coin, because your fortune could be just 1 penny away.